I would like to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakadash. Yahawah is who the world ignorantly called God in the name of his son, Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ in the name of the Harakakadash, the Holy Spirit. I would also like to give a double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught me this truth, and I would like to say a sincere shalom unto the hopeful elect that are scattered throughout the four winds of the world, unto the servants, the prophets, the sincere men out there prophesying and laboring in this truth and in this doctrine. Unto you I say shalom. We've seen this movie before, all right? And this is in reference of these so-called natural disasters where, these places are devastated. And what do you know? Esau comes right in, to act like he's giving aid when really he's the one that pretty much started it. When he's the one that is going to benefit from the destruction of whether it be land, whether it be by fire, whether it be by flood. And we've seen this movie before. This devil Esau, there's nothing new under the sun. He's done this before. The prophets through the spirit of Yahawashi, we know and see Esau's game plan. All right, this is no different. All right, what took place over here in Hawaii. All right, and I'll just get straight to the point. Esau is going to pretty much deem this land uninhabitable. That no one's will be able to come back. All right, they're already telling these people they can't come back in their homes. All right, and what are they going to do? They're going to buy the land, this beachfront property, this land for pennies on the dollar. They're going to build resorts there. They're going to build housing there. They're going to buy high rises. They're gonna do whatever they please with this land that they basically stole from these people. And this is not the first time he did this. All right, we can go all the way back to how this devil has done the tribes of Reuben and Gad. All right, the so-called Seminole Indians, so-called Native American Indians, where they came over here and raped, robbed, and stole the whole damn country. All right, the whole North America, okay, and they're doing the same thing here. All right, it's not a coincidence. Jeff Bezos and Oprah, they had a house in that same area, not in the same area, but on that same island, and no fire touched their homes. Okay, this is you got to understand this devil Esau. Everything is orchestrated. Everything is calculated by this devil. What he does. All right, we saw this before. Like I said, we've seen this movie before. We look at Katrina. All right, in 2006, what happened? They've had numerous amounts of hurricanes down there, but when those levees broke, it flooded the Ninth Ward. It had a lot of severe flooding down there, and they didn't allow the people back into their homes, even though they could have went back into their homes and lived. What did they do? They leveled all that. They leveled all the land, okay, and they built up homes. They built up apartments. Okay, where the people that's living in that were living there, they can't afford to live there anymore. Okay, you had a lot of jakes out there down there. They were just living off their Social Security and working a little job here and there, and living off maybe $20,000 a year. Okay, but they can't do that now. Well, after Katrina, they couldn't do that now. They couldn't move back, so a lot of them moved to Atlanta, Houston, and other parts of the country, and a lot of them didn't just go back. And not to mention how the insurance company. Pretty much gave them pennies on the dollar for what their property was worth. Okay, they're going to do the same thing to these people over here in Hawaii. There's nothing new under the sun, especially when you're dealing with this devil Esau. His wickedness is going to show. His wickedness is going to show at the end of the day. All right, if you have eyes to see, you're going to see it. You're going to see, you see this devil's game plan. All right, you understand that this devil is not playing fair. All right, the cards, if you're the cards are always going to be stacked against you, especially if you're a Jake. All right, and I'm pretty sure some Israelites over there that either died in this or over there catching hell. All right, this is the book of Second Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, and this is one of many of Satan's devices and what they've been doing to covet fields and take them by force. All right, and I'm going to get that in Micah the second chapter. All right, but I'm gonna go into a little bit of history because I said we've seen this movie before. All right, you remember there was a wildfire wildfires. I don't know specifically why Esau wanted this land, okay, but the wildfires in Sonoma County or near Sonoma County in California, where the wine vineyards are, it's just wildfires all of a sudden. But it was certain areas where the wildfires didn't touch. All right, when we know, okay, that through this devil Esau's technology through the dew, direct energy weapons that they use from laser beams that you really that are pretty much invisible that you can't see, that concentrated fire that comes down from satellites and starts these fires. All right, and if you remember, there was a movie back in the 1990s called Under Siege, Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, where it was obviously it was a fictional movie, but they showed satellites in the sky where they could send beams and laser beams from the sky and destroy things. Esau showed you these things because they show you a snippet of what they're really actually doing, and Esau has that technology. All right, they use their HARP program with weather modification. How do you explain that earthquake down in Haiti back in like what was it, '08 or '09 or something like that? All right, Esau has his hand in everything, and I don't know what they wanted or what they gained from that, but Esau, everything is to his advantage in this world. Okay, whether it come from a flood or it come from a wildfire or earthquake. All right, this devil is really got this God complex where he thinks he's the Most High. Okay, but hey, if you got eyes to see, we've seen this before. Like, oh, okay, he's doing this again. All right, when shit happens, everyone's kind of caught off guard. But once all the facts come out and if you got spiritual eyes to see, you can read between the lines and say, oh, this is off, this is off. How the hell did this house? All right, it's a house over there with a red roof, a red house that fire and destruction all around it, but it didn't burn up. Okay, Oprah and all these rich millionaires over there, their houses didn't get burned up. And then if you look on Zillow, I pulled it up. That's prime real estate over there. All right, where you got 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, bungalows or condos, wherever you want to call them, going for $1 million. All right, and a lot of those properties were paid for because they more than likely were passed down through family. All right, but Esau wasn't having that. If Esau wants something in this world, because he's going to take it through his sword. All right, that was his blessing. All right, given to him by his father Isaac. Okay, which is Yahawashi in the reincarnation. The Most High, Yahawashi gave this devil this sword just so he can destroy him. All right, hey, the Lord has made everything, even the wicked, for the day of destruction. Okay, so let me I pulled up some let me pull this up. It says, why is the Lord Ninth Ward looks like a hurricane just hit it? And this article is from 2015. All right, it's just a block and a half separate Henry Irvin's house from the bayou that served as the northern border of the Lower Ninth Ward in New Orleans. Modest single-family homes used to line both sides of the street before the Hurricane Katrina hit in 2005. I thought it was 2006, but that's it. It's all empty. Irvin, a 79-year-old widower with 2 bad knees, it has 2 neighbors between him and the bayou. All right, so this is this older Jake, but they didn't rebuild down there, and if they did rebuild, they built up. You had this devil Brad Pitt come down there, and he built a bunch of houses, but them Jakes couldn't afford them houses down there. All right, let me see. It was a point here I want to read. Let me read this real quick. 10 years have passed since the series of catastrophic levee breaches caused the Lower Ninth Ward, along with the most of New Orleans, to flood. The city-state and federal governments have invested more than $600 million in the Lower Ninth in relatively compact communities that measure 20 to 25 blocks. Foundations have contributed tens of millions of dollars in the area. Brad Pitt alone has raised $50 million through Make It Right Foundation. Let me see. But prior to Katrina, Jake was able to live down there, somewhat comfortable off just like I was going to say $16,000 a year. That ain't really shit. But that's they were able to live off that because a lot of those properties down there, They own those properties, and you know it might not have been shit, but it might not have been no big house, but they owned it. Okay, and now when Katrina wiped out all Jake down there, they didn't own shit. All right, a lot of Jakes, they just figured they move and build somewhere else. Or I'm gonna read this part. It says simple economics have played a big part prior to Katrina. The Lower Ninth, a community sometimes referred to as Backatown, was home of many of the housekeepers, kitchen workers, and others who kept the tourism industry going in New Orleans. And it's a lot of, of course, New Orleans is a heavy tourist attraction. And Esau, he wants his hand in everything. Okay, hey, he's gonna do whatever he can to make sure he's getting the largest piece of the pie. All right. It says other large share of its people who were retirees who, like Irvin, lived on a fixed income. And I saw something a while ago, like a long time ago, where these two Jake women, they were living down there, and they rent or whatever was only $700 a month, where they could afford that. Okay, but Katrina came and just wiped them out. Okay, and I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of people over here in Maui that were in similar situations. All right, yeah, it costs a little bit of money to live in Maui, but those homes, the little homes they lived in, 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom apartments, they probably owned them, or they were paying little to nothing to rent. Okay, but now since it's all wiped out, hey, Esau's going to come in. They're going to build this and build that, build a resort here, build sell some of the land to some developers, and build homes, and they'll Airbnb all these homes out and stuff, and make money off of it. Okay, let me bring back to this. It says another large share of its people were retirees like Irvin, who lived on a fixed income. The average resident survived on $16,000 a year, and more than 1 in every 3 residents live below the poverty line. All right, if you're able to survive over $16,000 a year, man, it may not be shit, but you were comfortable somewhat. Okay, but more than economics, is at play in the stalled recovery of its community, which was more than 98% black at the time of Katrina. The Lower Ninth has always been a place apart from the rest of New Orleans, a small village rather than one neighborhood among many. Much of that is geography. Community is downriver from uptown in the French Quarters, as downriver as it is possible, and while remaining in New Orleans. All right, this is a pretty long article. Let me get another one. It's another article. It is White New Orleans has recovered from Hurricane Katrina. Black New Orleans has not. And I'm bringing all this out to show you it's a pattern of things that this devil always does. Okay, Esau's able to recover because they got all the insurance. They got flood insurance. They got fire insurance. They got all this shit. Jake can't recover. Jake don't own nothing. All right, and if we do got some type of insurance, we don't got much, and the insurance company is going to jerk us every time. All right. It says, let me see, hold on, real quick. Let's see if I missed something. It says 96,000. That's how many fewer African Americans are living in New Orleans now than prior to Hurricane Katrina, which made it landfall 11 years ago. Nearly 1 in 3 black residents have not returned to the city after the storm. It was the worst urban disaster in U.S. modern history. 80% of New Orleans lay underwater after the epic collapse of the area's flood protection system. And they're going to build, of course, they built those levees up to where they're never going to break. But they blew those levees up because they had to exterminate Jacob out of that area. All right, it's just like a way of gentrifying the area. All right, and you see that a lot of times when Esau, for instance, in Inglewood, California, where they just built this $1 billion stadium, SoFi Stadium. They're building a stadium for the Clippers across the street. They got the I don't know, I forgot the name of the Forum next door where they have all these concerts. And what do you think's happening to the area? It's being gentrified. All right, where you got Edomites, moving into the area. All right, this is the area where predominantly Jake has been living for 40, 50 years. Okay, but you got Edomites walking their dogs and shit in the area, taking jogs, like it still ain't gangbangers and shit around there. Okay, but that's what these devils do. All right, and in that instance, they didn't have to take out half the city or burn half the city down. They just go in there and strong arm you because they got the money. Okay, they got the money and the power to get niggas up out of there. All right, but in certain instances, Esau, if you can't be bought out, Esau's going to find a way for you to get up out of there. All right, and I'm not saying that's what took place in Maui, but it could have been some type of similar situation where Esau wanted that land. All right. Let me see. For more than 110,000 homes and another 20,000 plus businesses, along with most of the city's schools, police, and fire stations, electric plants, and its public transportation system. Unlike last year, when the 10th anniversary meant satellite trucks clogging the streets, and the anniversary is unlikely to draw much media attention, which would be a shame if I thought the coverage last year was any good. Let me see. It's one point here I want to read. Real quick, let me just scan through this. Let me see. The most shocking is the lower Ninth Ward, where the average resident was living off $16,000 a year. Before the hurricane, you could still drive blocks there and not see a single home. The neighborhood is still missing more than half of its pre-Katrina population. So, if they want to flush Jake out, they're going to flush Jake out. And not just, Jake, but anybody. Yet the great need in part of the city where the tourists rarely venture was not what the media or the city's white civic leaders were focused on. Instead, the storyline was what city officials dubbed the New Orleans Miracle in his State of the City address a few months before the 10th anniversary. Mayor Mitch Laudry declared victory over Katrina. New Orleans was no longer recovering, no longer rebuilding. He said, according to the mayor, the city was America's greatest comeback story, and he oversaw a 3-month celebration dubbed Katrina 10 Resilient New Orleans. For white communities, it was true. Lakeview, a prosperous white neighborhood on the east side that also suffered catastrophic flooding, looks better than it did before the storm because of all the new homes and businesses. All right, so Esau was able to build, but they didn't build obviously Jake's community back up. But that's on purpose, okay? Because they don't want Jake to have shit. All right, they want to flush you niggas out. So another article I brought up. These are older articles, but they have some truth in them when they talk about the real estate. They said, oh yeah, the prices of homes surged post Katrina. Of course they're going to surge, okay? Because they can flush Jake out of there and build new homes, build new developments. Okay, the same thing they're going to do in Maui. All right. Let's see. Yeah, see, these are some of the houses where they call that they built over there. Hurricane Katrina caused widespread devastation and loss of life. Let me see. Angry residents sued and protested the city's plans, but today the projects known as the bricks are gone, replaced with rows of pastel-colored cottages and garden apartments. Many of them have balconies and porches. They are pools, playgrounds, community centers with job placement services and activities for residents. Jake can't live there. Jake don't got no money to live down there. At the time Katrina, more than 5,000 families lived in public housing. Today, there are only 1,900. Other poor families have relocated to places like Houston and Atlanta and moved elsewhere within New Orleans. So they wanted Jake up out of there. All right, you got to have eyes to see. What do you think happened here? All right, I'm pretty sure they got firefighters and they got some type of fire response. Where the hell they was at? All right, and they trying to say, oh, it just started from some power lines came down or whatever. Yeah, right, man. All right, Esau used that do technology to light this place up. All right, what's this article? Oh, that's just the. Let's see, what is this? Oh, that's the scripture. I want to pull this up. Look at all this real estate over here. This is in Lakine, or whatever it's called. Look, I want to show you how much a lot of these places are going for it. And it's not too many for sale, obviously, right now because the shit didn't, everything's burnt up. But you got, they don't say how many bedrooms this is. This is a lot right here for $200,000. You have a four bedroom, four bedroom, four bathroom house for $2.8 million. So this is all prime real estate. Okay, beachfront. Okay, you got, it's pretty much paradise. All right, and it's a lot of Japhet that lives over there. But like I said, it's Israelites that's scattered amongst them that's catching hell over there. Okay, and Esau doesn't care. That's what you niggas got. That's what you Jakes got to realize. All right, hey, the rest of the world's going to see that Esau don't give a shit. All right, when are you Israelites going to wake up and understand that this devil don't care? Okay. Let me start off with that. Isaiah 31. All right, for those that trust in Babylon, those that trust in America. All right, it's this Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. All right, that's mainly Jake. All right, that's the same thing happened to Jake down there in New Orleans. They thinking FEMA gonna come and help them, and hell no. Now, I don't know how long it took FEMA to get down there, but they gave them niggas a FEMA trailer, and that was it. They traded their house, their flooded house, for a FEMA trailer, and that's all they was giving Jake. And FEMA is, I saw a TikTok video where basically the people were, it was a donation center where people were bringing donations, and the police came and shut it down. He said, "This powers ahead above me." This the police officer said, "The powers of above me have told me I got to shut this down." They're not trying to help those people over there, But you got all these celebrities, sending Jeff Bezos sending $100 million, and Floyd Mayweather sending this much, and these people are not. These people are they're investing. All right, they're pretty much putting their bid in for that land over there. That they're not going to let these residents go back, to their homes. All right, they're going to deem it, it's not safe. The structure's not safe. But think about this: when there's a tornado in the Midwest, right? This place is, whether it be Oklahoma or Kansas somewhere, this place is devastated by the tornado, yada yada yada. They let those people go back to their house to get their things, to get their belongings, to make a scene in front of the camera crews. But they won't let these people go back to their homes. So it's something up, all right? Because this, like I said, this is prime real estate. Ain't shit in the Midwest that Esau want, that Esau can't get. Okay, that's how this devil has control over everything. This devil has their own private islands, but they want more. All right, this devil wants more than he can have. Okay, I want to grab Micah 2. This is the book of Micah, chapter 2. And I'm going to read verse 1 and 2. Woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right. And Esau, all right, he's mastered the sword. It's in the power of their hand. They have the sword and they're mastering it. All right. Not just the gun, not just the ICBM missile, not just, this new technology, laser weapons. Okay. The harp, that's a weapon. Okay. That this devil uses to all their advantage. Okay, verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. They oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. They're coveting fields. Or what does it mean to covet? All right, let's look up covet in the Hebrew. Hamad, I believe. To desire, covet, take pleasure and delight. All right, and they really desire something that's not theirs. Let me look in the to desire, to covet, delight in anything. Let me look it up in Webster's real quick. Where's the word? To yearn, to possess, to have. All right, they covet fields. They want, like I said, these devils got the world. They want more. All right? They covet fields and take them by violence. This was a violent act. Where's it at? Let me show you a picture of this. That was violence amongst the people over there. Okay? Through their due technology. Okay, they burnt their shit up. Okay, then people were devastated. Take them by violence and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. I want to get this, Job, the book of Job, chapter 24 and 2. Job. 24 and verse 2. Some remove landmarks, they violently take away flocks and feed thereof. They take away landmarks. I'm gonna get it in the GNT. It says people move property lines to get more land. That's what they're doing. Okay? They steal sheep and put them with their own flock. All right, this devil Esau is a very covetous man. He wants more than he needs. All right. I want to grab this. Proverbs 4 and 16. It says, they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. All right, this devil is always trying to find a way to devise mischief, to devise iniquity, all right, to do some wicked shit. All this and everything, you got to understand the thing about this devil. All this shit be planned out. All right, he just, everything is calculated by this devil Esau. He just don't just wake up like, oh, yeah, we're gonna do this today. All right, he thinks he's ultimately in control, but it's actually the Heavenly Father that's controlling his stupid ass. All right, what did I have? I had I want to read Psalms 36 and 2. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. All right, this devil is nothing but devise mischief. Okay, if they don't want to sell their land, I'm going to use the law. And they're going to use that with these people over here in Hawaii. All right, they're going to use the law to take their land. What they call it, eminent domain shit. All right, where you can't move back to this land because this and this. All right, this land is they're going to salvage this land, not salvage this land. They're going to deem this land uninhabitable or some shit. Esau has a way to always pretty much get over it. All right, and they're going to do the same thing. All right, like I said, this shit is planned out. Nothing is done by coincidence or mistake by this devil. This is Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, for the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Who is the wicked? All right, if you can't see who the hell the wicked is by now, all right, you just can't see, man. You just more than likely a 2/3 nigga, and you're gonna be destroyed. Okay, because at the end of the day, who has the resources to do this, and who has the resources to put the goddamn fire out? All right, Jake don't run none of these fire departments, none of this shit. Okay, why the fire department didn't show up and put the fire out before that shit began to spread? I'm pretty sure they got type of helicopter response out there and everything. Okay, because they wanted it to burn. All right, it says, who whet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows and shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Okay, but the main point is the secret counsel of the wicked. All right, everything is calculated and planned out by this devil. All right, and you have to once you realize that and understand that, you can understand that how this, you can understand the ways of this devil, and when this shit happens, you're not surprised. You're not surprised that Esau has got his hands on all of this. Okay, let's see. It goes back to let me get this. Oh, actually, let me get Isaiah 26. Let favor be shown to the wicked. Okay. And I want to get Ecclesiasticus Sirach. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 12. Never trust thine enemy. Okay, because our people go ahead and give this devil the benefit of the doubt and act like, oh, that was a long time ago. Then people in Katrina ain't feeling that way. What about the people in Haiti? Okay, and Esau did a lot of how can I say this? They snatched a lot of children up out of Haiti, and I don't know if that was the core reason for that earthquake, but it was something to Esau's advantage. Because you have to understand, Esau is the type of devil that he'll go and bomb a city somewhere, and then they'll be the first ones to show up and try to help them rebuild and give them and put them in more debt, put this country in more debt, and put them in more debt by offering to help them rebuild, and their construction companies come and help them rebuild. That's how this devil gets down. All right, he'll be the one that causes shit, and actually, you think that he's coming to help you. He's coming to your aid. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes Sirach, 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. All right, that rust is going to show forth. You can get some steel wool or get a grinder and grind off the rust. All right, on that iron, but it's going to come back. All right, you can't get rid of it. That's like Esau's wickedness. All right, he may show he may show that he's trying to be a good guy and help these people and send aid, but at the end of the day, he's going to show his wickedness. He's going to show you why we call him the devil. He's going to show you his wicked side. All right, because he can't hide it at the end of the day. All right, and this devil Biden, he gives these people. I saw something where he gives these people $700. That ain't shit. What is $700 going to do for these people that just lost everything? All right, and like I said, you got these celebrities and these rich Edomites, sending money and giving money. That don't mean shit. They're not giving nobody no money. If you want to give some people some money, go over there and with a pallet of money and start having motherfuckers line up and give them a stack. Give them here's 100,000 to get you back right. All right, it's something, but they're not doing that. I told you that the police shut down the people trying to give them supplies over there. All right. Let me see. Oh yeah, did I read this? Yeah, Isaiah 26 and verse 10. It says, "Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness he will deal unjustly, and he will not behold the majesty of the Lord." All right, you can show all the favor you want to this devil. He's going to still show his hand and show you why he's the wicked, why he's the devil. All right, like the title of this lesson, we've seen this movie before. All right, all these so-called natural disasters that happen, like the train, those train derailments. Oh, how the hell are you going to have multiple train derailments in the span of 2 months? Okay, what's that about? Esau's behind that shit. I can see one. Okay, a train derailed. This happened. All right, one. But you got multiple train derailments. All right, you got to know something's up. If you don't, you just probably stupid or blind. All right, or both. Okay, because you got to understand how when you have eyes to see and the Lord is dealing with you. All right, you understand how this devil moves, and all right, and we kind of already can see what his next step's going to be. If something's catastrophic, something that's big is going to happen to push forward this new world order, or whether it be some type of EMP attack, some type of false flag attack, something's going to happen. All right, where they're going to push forward this agenda. It's going to be your digital ID, your digital passports, your digital money, all that's coming. All right, so it's we got Esau's playbook, and we don't know when, okay, but we know what's coming because and we're warning the people, okay. It's no way we could have warned these people over there in Hawaii what's to come, all right. But at the end of the day, if they knew better, they knew how this devil got down, okay. You're dealing with someone that it can't get right and won't get right, all right. So that's all I really had on this, man. Just nothing new under the sun. All right, this devil has done this before, and he's going to continue to do it. All right, and at the end of the day, he's going to point the finger and blame it on this and blame it on that. All right. So, but Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the elect, and I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Harakakodash. Until next time, Shalom.